Before you continue, hear this, for what I'm about to tell you has the power to change the way you live. It's a simple yet profound idea that has been whispered by philosophers throughout the ages: memento mori. Remember that you will die. This phrase may seem morbid, but bear with me, for it's in embracing our mortality that we can truly come alive. As you ponder your own existence, you might wonder, what is the point of it all? Is it merely a fleeting moment in the grand tapestry of time? The ancient Greeks and Romans certainly thought so. For them, the awareness of mortality was a powerful catalyst for living. The Stoics, in particular, made memento mori a cornerstone of their philosophy. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, frequently reminded himself of the impermanence of all things, including his own life. He wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This radical acceptance of death's presence liberated him from the burdens of everyday concerns. But what does it mean to truly accept our mortality? Can we really live with the awareness of our own demise? The pre-Socratic philosopher Heraclitus said, "No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river and he's not the same man." Our lives are in constant flux, and yet, we often cling to the illusion of permanence. By acknowledging that our time is limited, we're forced to re-evaluate our priorities. What would you do if you knew you had only a year left to live? Would you continue on your current path, or would you make drastic changes? Pause for a moment and think about this. What would you do differently? The Epicureans, another Hellenistic school, took a slightly different approach. They argued that the awareness of mortality should lead us to cultivate friendships and experiences that bring us joy. For them, the fear of death was mitigated by the pursuit of pleasure and the company of loved ones. Epicurus himself said, "Not what we have, but what we enjoy, constitutes our happiness." In today's world, where social media often presents a curated highlight reel of others' lives, it's easy to get caught up in comparing our experiences to someone else's. But what if we focused on cultivating meaningful relationships and savoring the moments that bring us joy? As you reflect on your own life, consider the ways in which you're allowing fear or anxiety to hold you back. Are there relationships you've been putting off or opportunities you've been too afraid to pursue? The awareness of mortality can be a powerful catalyst for growth. The Roman statesman Cicero wrote, "The remembrance of death is a powerful stimulus to a well-lived life." By acknowledging our own mortality, we're reminded to make the most of the time we have. The medieval Christian philosophers, such as Augustine and Aquinas, also grappled with the concept of memento mori. For them, the awareness of mortality was a reminder of our dependence on a higher power. Augustine wrote, "The awareness of our mortality is a mirror that reflects our own nothingness." This perspective encouraged humility and a recognition of our place in the grand scheme. In modern times, philosophers like Montaigne and Pascal have continued to explore the significance of memento mori. Montaigne, in his essays, frequently reflected on death and its role in shaping our lives. He wrote, "To philosophize is to learn how to die." For him, the awareness of mortality was a path to wisdom and a deeper understanding of the human condition. As you navigate the complexities of modern life, it's easy to get caught up in the noise and distractions of technology. But what if you took a step back and asked yourself, what truly matters to me? What are my non-negotiables? The awareness of mortality can help you clarify your values and priorities. Pay close attention to this next part, for it's in embracing our own mortality that we can discover our true purpose. The Danish philosopher Kierkegaard, often regarded as the father of existentialism, took a more individualistic approach. He argued that the awareness of mortality forces us to take responsibility for our own lives. In his view, we must confront our own mortality in order to truly live. This radical individualism can be both empowering and terrifying. Schopenhauer, a German philosopher, saw death as an inherent part of life. He wrote, "Death is the great democratizer, it makes all men equal." For him, the awareness of mortality was a reminder to appreciate the present moment, for it's all we truly have. The American philosophers Thoreau and Emerson also explored the concept of memento mori. Thoreau wrote, "Simplify, simplify, simplify. I say, let your affairs be as 2 or 3, and not 100 or 1,000. For him, the awareness of mortality encouraged a simpler, more authentic way of living. Emerson, in his essay on nature, wrote, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." By acknowledging our own mortality, we're reminded to stay true to ourselves. As you reflect on your own relationship with mortality, consider the ways in which it's influenced your choices and actions. Have you ever experienced a moment of profound loss or grief? How did it shape your perspective on life? Share your story with me in the comments below. If this resonates with you, consider subscribing. We release new wisdom every week, and you'd like to explore more ideas on living a thoughtful, intentional life, consider subscribing to The Quiet Mind. As we near the end of our exploration, I want to leave you with a final reflection. The awareness of mortality is not a one-time event, but a continuous process. It's a reminder to appreciate the beauty and fragility of life. Camus, the French philosopher, wrote, "In the depth of winter, I finally learned that within me there lay an invincible summer." Even in the face of mortality, there is a spark within us that can illuminate our lives. Which of these lessons resonated most with you today? Tell me what you think in the comments. I read every single one. And as you go about your day, I invite you to carry the awareness of mortality with you, not as a source of fear, but as a reminder to live more fully, more authentically, and more in tune with your deepest values.